learned through the ray light simulation that a lens reflects light so that, number one, the rays will come together at a point, the rays will produce an image, and that rays will move in parallel. In my research on Lensmaker's equation, I also discovered that the equation determines if a lens will behave like a converging, or a thicker in the center than on the edges, or convex lens, which has a positive focal length, or if the lens will behave like a diverging lens, one that is thinner in the center than on the edges, or is known as a concave lens, which has a negative focal length. I also learned that this equation relates the focal length of a simple lens with the spherical curvature of its two faces.
Go, make it go away.
In my research for project number 2, I learned lots of topics about light. For example, I learned that electromagnetic waves are produced by the motion of electrically charged particles. I also learned the reason an object appears see-through is because the frequency or energy of the incoming light wave is much higher or much lower than the frequency needed to make the electrons in the material vibrate. As a result, the electrons will not capture the energy of the light, and the wave will pass through the material. And finally, the reason something appears opaque or not see-through is because the frequency of the incoming light wave is at or near the vibration frequency of the electrons in the material. Finally, I learned how to build a refracting telescope and how to measure focal length.